Hello and welcome to our first ever episode of Stake Back Podcast, proudly brought to you by Dstv. I'm your host, Tebo. And today, man, it's an action-packed one. We'll be talking about everything that's soccer related, football related, covering PSL, EPL, and of course, Champions League. I'm not rolling solo. I have what we call a sport enthusiast, journalist, who is Mr. Robin Duke Madlala.
How's it, brother?
How you doing?
Yeah, very much, very much. I think I slept well. I'm ready for this.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier on and looking at the action-packed soccer that transpired this weekend. It's been quite amazing.
Yeah, it has been quite amazing. You know, I was following Italian Serie A. I know that we are going for the Premier League, but it's a very good story of what is happening with Napoli. I mean, they just need one win to win the Italian Serie A.
Yeah,
you know, for the first time since 1990, so you know they've done very well. You know, of course, they are still hating that they lost the Champions League to AC Milan. Of which we're going to talk about them.
Yes.
You know, the semi-final of the Champions League. Yeah.
100%. But I want us to start with the Dstv Premiership.
Yeah.
A lot has been going on there. And of course, Sundowns just clinched yet another title.
Absolutely.
With about, 7 games remaining, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at who's going to be running for the second position.
Yeah, and that's an interesting one because I'm sure you saw yesterday SuperSport beating Amazulu 2-1. So
Yes.
they've now jumped over to Pirates, but they play the game more. You know, so like right now they're 47, Pirates are 46, so the game is just 1 point. And then Karachi really will fall off behind because they lost to Sekukune. I mean, Sekukune doing a double over. That's always been historic. You know,
Right.
absolutely. You know, beating Karachi as much as they can be bad as everyone, but it's a huge club. But when you do take 6 points out of them, oh God, you'll be happy because of what the prestige you have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of fans were quite disappointed with Kaizer Chiefs' performance.
Yeah.
Given where they are on the league right now.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
They are on a way long off. They are, you know, when you even look at the squad, yes, they were missing a player like Sitebe, who's been very good combination with Yusuf Mat. But
Yes.
when you look at their squad and you compare with Pirates and Chiefs, I mean, with Pirates and Sundowns,
Right.
they're just far behind. I think they need to go big in the market. Yes, they've signed Tatiwa Honetitlogo from SuperSport, the defender.
Right.
But I don't think that's an area for them of concern right now. They just need
Correct.
someone who's going to create for them, and also someone who's going to give them the goals. Yes, they had Pimenyamana, who they've signed during the offseason, and he has been stuck for those 7 goals. I mean, for those 7 goals for
Right.
quite a long time. You know, I think in the second half, since this started, he has only scored 1 goal. I mean,
Disappointing.
very, very disappointing. And
Yeah.
then how many games are left with now? I mean, four. Some club would leave 3 games, so it's very, very disappointing. As I said, for me, for them to finish 4th,
Right.
it will be a huge successful also for the first season for others one.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at 2 Soweto Giants.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
the Pirates is highly competitive with
Yeah.
their recent matches and
Yeah.
their recent win with
Yeah.
Cape Town City.
Yeah.
Then you have SuperSport creeping in right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think the Soweto fraternity will emerge victoriously in the top 3?
Yeah, for me, I think Pirates will finish 2nd. I think Kaizer Chiefs will finish 4th. I think SuperSport will finish 3rd. Now, because Kaizer Chiefs have got this ambition of playing Africa, I think the best route for them to fight it out will be to go and win a Nedbank Cup, because when you win a Nedbank Cup, you also can play in a CAF Conference Cup.
Right.
Because number 2 will join Sanders in the Champions League next season, and number 3, of which SuperSport I feel will finish there, will play in the Conference Cup along with the winner of the Nedbank Cup. So for Kaizer Chiefs right now,
Right.
because as I said, the law, they absolutely no business to lose a game against a goal. Absolutely no business if they have an ambition of finishing, fighting for those CAF club competition sports. So they failed dismally yesterday. I mean, you can't even put the team of Sekun under pressure. So it's been very, very disappointing. Yeah.
Now, if you look at what Sundowns has been doing in
Yeah.
the past few seasons, would you agree that they've turned the league into a farmer's market?
No, you can say that because consecutively for 6 times, and then this season they made a history to win it 7 games to spare.
Right.
You can say that, but we have also credited Sundowns what they've done when they require the player they need, not just a luxury player. They identify a player that that is going to offer them that. I mean,
Right.
look at Mokoena. Mokoena is also good from set play. So when you're struggling to break a team maybe with a low block, but once you get the set play, you can also capitalize and win the game from there. So they've got a personnel in each and every department. When they sign a player, they sign a player knowing what they're going to do. Look at Miami. He's a homeboy, go Bloom.
Yes.
So he can unlock teams, from a fan that he has been absolutely, outstanding for me this season. The best player for Sundowns also, in this team winning season for the league title. So
Yes.
everything they've touched has tend to go. Look at people who have spoken about Mudau in the right back position. He has been absolutely the best right back right now. I think the best right back right now is Mudau. But Sundowns, there's some from Black Leopard. There was a time, I think 2019, 2020 season,
Right.
he was getting red card. But Sundowns, they were just able to unlock that in him to say, okay, now, because the timing of his tackle, where he was always late.
I see.
And also got the temperament.
Exactly.
So Sundowns are able to, they've given him the tool to say, okay, we don't play like that. We don't need this.
But
Because we're playing for the big club like Sundowns.
But
We
here's
don't
the
want to
thing.
get red card all the time, yeah.
Sundowns, right? Winning the league 6 times. How do we unpack this performance? They've been quite phenomenal.
Yeah.
6 times in a row. Is it infrastructure? Is it the right financial muscle?
Yeah.
Is it quality players? What is the secret behind their success?
It's
According to you.
It's a combination of all. Yes, the money they've got, the infrastructure, hopefully they're signing the right players, but also they have people at the right position to go and identify. They don't just write a player because the agent said, hey, can you look at this player?
Right.
They go and view the player. They go and look at the player. They go and find the data of the player.
So it's good structure.
Exactly. They've got people who are scouts. You look at Marcelo Allende. No one knew about Marcelo Allende.
I agree.
No one knew, but they went and paid over 50 million rand, that was reported. But look at Allende. I mean, it's from Chile, 21 years old, but you look at how good he has been at Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, for me, the highlight was when he scored that opening goal against Al Ahly, when Sundowns, they beat Al Ahly by 5-2.
Right.
He was outstanding.
Fascinating,
Very, very good. And look at Mokoena. I was talking about Mokoena scoring the goal on the dead ball. Probably, I think, the goal of the Champions League this season. So
Ideally, yeah.
that's what they've been doing. They're just getting the right players, and they know when they get the player, they know that player what is going to utilize for them. So that's been brilliant for them in that part.
Interesting. I mean, they're doing quite well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the relegation battle. Another fascinating topic. Who's not going to make it?
This one is very close to my heart because I really don't want Maritzburg United to go down.
Strong heritage there.
Yeah, and then Friday night live at the Harry Quarter Stadium, it's always been brilliant. I mean, I was there on the game on Friday against Richards Bay. Yes, they fall behind. The defending has been terrible. There's been terrible. And then we look at that they brought in Falo Davids in November last year to replace John Madoga, who won only 2 games in 13 matches. So you can see that's been that can't be a good return for a coach who's new, at the club. And then the club decided, let's get rid of him. And then they did. And then now they brought Falo David, who knows the club. He played for the club. He was there when they also survived the relegation zone with Ernst Benedorp in 2015-2016 season as assistant coach. And now he's bringing him. He came back at the beginning, in November.
Right.
After he went to Russia, to Moscow. He has been a messiah. In the first game, he lost to TS Galaxy, and then he won 3 games on the trot. I said, okay, now they're out of the bottom, And then they moved up quite a bit, but now sucked back in. It's gonna be a huge battle for them to survive. But
Lack of consistency, perhaps.
yeah, of course, but they also got a very, very good squad. The problem that I even asked Falo David was when they lost to Kaizer Chiefs.
Right.
I said, I'm looking at this Marumo Galant. Look at what they have been doing in Africa. I said they've got a spring in their step. You must be worried, Falo David, because they are winning games. And then look at where they are now. They're already on number 30. They're in the quarterfinal of the
Great
camp.
improvement.
It's a huge improvement because I said this team, their last league game, they hold Kaizer Chiefs. So I said, Maritzburg going to be in trouble here.
There's a lot of passion.
Exactly. And then players are fighting for their life. Now they said, let's give it a go in Africa.
Exactly.
And then it's working absolutely brilliant. Maritzburg, they don't have that.
Okay.
They don't have that, yeah.
Here's another candidate, Swallows. They're in action on Monday against Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
can they help their survival chances by?
Many people are taking them to go. Everyone that said Swallows must go. Because
I feel like they started so well though. And they had the right people. I mean, especially older people with great experience.
Yeah, but they
played the top.
Yeah, and now they've turned to Musa Nyatama,
Right.
who is a former player for the club, and then they brought in Morgan Mamila, who somehow had a very good thing at Chippa United. I mean, things have quite to be stable there, but everyone is saying Swallows must go because one thing you must know, they've got an enormous cases with the PSL DC. There are players who are not being paid. There are so many things that players have taken the case to the PSL because of the DC cases that are pending there. So everyone, they just said they must go.
There's a lot of distraction outside the pitch, which is obviously
it's affecting the players. So I'm also one of those. We love the Dubai Birds because one of the greatest strikers in South African football, all-time goal scorer in PSL, Sebo Onomvete, played for the club. He's a close friend of mine.
Oh yes.
But I don't think Swallows should stay up. For look at what other club they bring. I mean, we need cheap in PE. I mean, that's a place the chairman Ivan calls is close to his heart because that region is from Oratambo.
Exactly.
And that's written for Tata Matiba. So exactly. you always, and they got a very good facility at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. So you always want to have the team from there.
All right, let's talk about fixtures and predictions.
Yeah.
Saturday 29th, Royal AM versus Cape Town City. What are your thoughts there?
And these two teams, they've recently met in a Nedbank Camp round of 32, and Cape Town and Royal AM beat Cape Town City on penalties. In a round of 32, I think round of 32 or round of 16, they won. It was John Maduga's first game when he just returned in January. I foresee Royal AM, and Maduga, since he has come back to Royal AM, he hasn't lost a match.
Right.
So I foresee that Royal AM will able to beat Cape Town City. But also Cape Town City, they've got this good stat because when Royal AM lost 2 matches last season at Chatsworth Stadium, Cape Town City were one of the clubs that beat Royal AM in Chatsworth.
It's quite unpredictable.
Yeah, it's quite unpredictable, but I don't think Cape Town they will beat Royal AM because this Royal AM side is very, very good, yeah.
All right.
Especially at home.
Well, anybody that wants to put their money where their mouth is obviously log on to mbet.co.za, and if you want to take a bet on that, I would say both teams to score. I see Royal AM scoring. I see Cape Town City scoring. I mean, they scored against Orlando Pirates. Yeah, absolutely. And we look at Kayiso Mayo, I think if I'm not mistaken, he's on 9 goals. The son of Patrick Mayo, so it's very good for them. Yeah. So my prediction there, definitely both teams to score. Let's talk about Stellenbosch and Golden Arrows. It's quite of a tricky one there as well.
Yeah. And then you look at the Stellenbosch side, since the arrival of Nkram Reyners, when they signed him from SuperSport, oh my God. He has been absolutely outstanding for them. And they're in a semi-final now. And they look at the semi-final of the Nedbank Cup. I mean, for the first time, the club are in that space. So it's going to be brilliant. It's brilliant for Stellenbosch. Yes, Arrows, they've done very well in the last 2 games. They've got to take 4 points. This one has always been interesting. And I'm looking forward to see Ryan Moon against his former club, because Ryan Moon is at the Arrows right now, so that's going to be interesting. It's an interesting game. That one game I already watch. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
I think our prediction here, we're looking at total goals over 1.5.
Yeah. Perhaps. Probably 2-2. It will be, this one will be interesting by 2-2 goals.
So 2-2 will be ideal for that.
Absolutely.
1.5 is obviously 2 goals.
Yes,
more.
yeah.
So if you're going to be taking a bet on that,
there I can guarantee you there will be goals.
There we go.
There will be goals.
Then we have Amazulu and Skukune. Skukune is all high spirits after defeating Kaizer Chiefs.
Kaizer Chiefs, yeah, and Skukune, they are coached by former Zulu coach who had a great start this season in Brendan Truter.
Exactly.
4 games, they had 10 points. And then a best start ever, Amazulu, since Clive Barker in 98-99.
Wow. And
then they fired him in October last year. They brought Roman Falls. Oh my God. Correct. A disaster. An absolute disaster. And then they fired him. They fired him. And look at them, now 2 games, 1 draw and 1 loss. As you said, they lost to SuperSport United. They need to bounce back. They absolutely need to bounce back. They cannot afford to lose. And look at where they are, Amazulu, right now. I mean, The amount had been invested in that team. It looks since the Zung was taken over in 2020. So they need to turn up the key. They need to come back to life.
Amazulu playing at home there. I don't know. I think with this one, probably a draw.
Yeah, I foresee a draw.
I foresee a draw, but Amazulu have to win. They got to pressure themselves. They need to win. I mean, Zung's intention is always to finish in the top 4. And then where are they right now? It's very, very bad, yeah.
Sunday fixtures, we're looking at TS Galaxy and Orlando Pirates. Of course, Pirates looking to clinch the second spot.
Yeah.
What do you think there?
It's another interesting one. I also don't think there's anyone going to stop Pirates right now.
They
look. You know the Zukamanja, guys. The way he positioned himself, and look at Dlamini. You know the interpassing there in that front line. They've just found a synergy. I think for the last 4 games now, they've been using the same starting lineup. Yes, over the weekend they changed because Lodge, I think he picked up an injury in training, and then they went with the Dion Hoto. You know, but they've just found a team. You know, for them right now in that 3-4-3 formation. It's been working for them with Lamin in that pocket of spaces. He's really doing very well in that number 10 role. So I foresee Pirates winning that game.
Definitely. So match results. If you go with a lot of Pirates there, I would also predict the same.
Probably 2-1. I think I'll go 2-1 Pirates.
2-1,
yeah, 2-1 in favor Pirates. Yeah.
And then on the 1st of May we have Kaizer Chiefs and Swallows. Chiefs looking to prove themselves, and Swallows, of course, right at the bottom.
Yeah, and Kaizer Chiefs, as I said, the ambition of them still, if they want to have a chance also of finishing 2nd or 3rd, they need to win. They need to beat Swallows, because Swallows right now is just an out of sort team. You know, you look at where only 1 win out of 5 games in the last 5 games. So I predict Kaizer Chiefs, if they want an intention to catch Pirates or SuperSport, catch Champions League sport, I think they need to win the game.
All right. Let's move on to EPL, English Premier League. A lot is happening there, and everybody's looking at Arsenal if they're going to.
They're buckling.
Man City is creeping behind, with just 5 points. It's looking quite treacherous at the moment.
As I said, they are buckling. Arsenal they're buckling it for getting these 3 draws in the last 3 games. I mean, West Ham, Liverpool, and then now we saw on Friday against Southampton, where they were absolutely lucky there, you know, at home. I mean, they were 20 down. You know, if you were a top coach, you're able to go and shut the back door, and then I'll introduce defenders to ensure that you survive. Because right now, look at where Southampton are at the bottom of the law. I mean, you go to Emirates, you score 2 goals. So that showed Arsenal. That shows Arsenal are really not very good defensively. You know, but they lost William Saliba, one of the rising stars this season in terms of the defense. So they have lost him. I think Mikel Arteta said he's going to be out for some time. And then with Gabriel at the back, with Rob Holding, they are not convincing at all. I mean, if you look at against Liverpool, they were absolutely pulled apart. You know, that defense is very big suspect for me. It's over for them. And I don't think they will go to Etihad and beat Manchester City on Wednesday. Not a chance.
It's happening this coming Wednesday.
Yeah, not a
City
chance.
And Arsenal. I'm looking at Arsenal's fixtures. It's quite a mountain to climb. There's Chelsea, the City.
It's same with City, because they also got Chelsea. And Chelsea are party spoilers. You look at what they did to Liverpool in 2013, 2014, and also when 2015-16, when Leicester won the league, they went and spoiled the party for. They went and spoiled the party for Spurs.
Right.
So, and then with that squad they have Chelsea, I think Chelsea will have a big say over the league will go. You know, it will be interesting. But City, they know this space. I mean, we look at what they did to Liverpool for the 4 to 5 season. Only Liverpool were able to beat them on the podium. So I don't think Arsenal have got a personal, because as I said, I'm worried about their defense right now.
So would you say this game will ultimately decide?
It will decide, because Manchester City, they have this ambition now. They wanna win 3 trophies this season to win a treble. They got a Champions League semi-final. They've got the FA Cup. We saw they won over this weekend. Pep Guardiola just find the team is no longer changing. Look at John Stone. We're calling that a hybrid role. Now he's tacking in the midfield. So I don't think there was anyone going to stop Manchester. I've just given them City now. Arsenal, if Arsenal they can able to go to Etihad and win, but who has gone to Etihad has won in recent times, so it's going to be very, very difficult. Yeah.
Now, the battle for Champions League football next season is literally another big talking point.
Yeah.
We've got Manchester United,
Yeah.
we've got Spurs, Newcastle.
Yeah.
We saw what they did to Tottenham, Aston Villa and Brighton.
Yeah.
Standing a chance.
Oh, I love Brighton.
Who do you think will join Arsenal and City in the top 4?
I think right now,
Yeah.
it will end as it is.
You think so?
As it is.
Okay.
It will end as it is. But the top part will change. City will go top, Arsenal second, Newcastle and Manchester United.
Man,
I'm hurt because
I wish Arsenal could just step it up and take this one because their fans, Arsenal fans have been crying for years.
Yeah,
This is it.
20. I mean,
This
it's almost 20 years, 19 years. Since we talk about that invincible of 29. I mean, 23, 24. So, but I really don't think. I think it will end as it is. Manchester will finish top. I think Newcastle beating Spurs by 6-1.
That took us off guard. Nobody was expecting it.
Yeah, but the Spurs, I mean, they've been in shambles. It's chaotic at what is happening with Spurs. So I think it will end as it, but it's painful for me because I'm a Liverpool fan. I want Liverpool to get back to the Champions League, but I don't think we're able to catch up there.
Yeah. Okay. Last but not least, let's look at the bottom half of the table. Plenty teams fighting for survival.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going out?
Who
do you think is going to stay?
For me, it's already done and dusted. Southampton are gone. I don't think Forest, they went crazy in the market. They signed over 20 players at the beginning of the season. They gave a good fight with Liverpool at Anfield. I mean, to score 2 goals at Anfield, not easy. They put up a good fight in that game. But I think Southampton is gone. Nottingham Forest is gone. It will be interesting between Leicester. I don't want Leicester to go. I don't want Everton to go. I mean, I love Merseyside derbies.
Great heritage
exactly.
There.
And then we don't want Leeds to go. I mean, because of Lucas Radebe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The chief, who was a captain for the club, spent 11 years there. So it's the club that is close to many South Africans because of Lucas Radebe was able to achieve the club. So it's the bottom 2, I think, would go. I really don't want Everton and Leicester and Leeds to go. Maybe Bournemouth need to be drawn out and go, man. I don't
see what happens. Let's move on to the fixtures and predictions. So Saturday, 29th April, Crystal Palace versus West Ham. Yeah. What are your predictions there?
I foresee a draw. Crystal Palace, since Roy Hodgson has come back, they have really ready to step up. I mean, they fired Patrick Vieira, who the whole of since the season resumed, they never won any game. So but since Roy Hodgson has come back, they've been winning, I think, the last 3 games. So I foresee that one might be a draw. Might be a draw. Because West Ham now, they're really stepping up. I mean, as I said, you saw over the weekend as well. Yeah. They won. So I foresee there. I mean, I think a draw. It will be a draw.
I would say from a betting perspective, maybe a double chance. West Ham, win or draw. So that could be a potential bet type.
But they are going to be goals.
There will be goals.
Yeah, there will be goals. Yeah.
There will be goals. Yeah. Brighton and Wolves. Brighton's performance has been quite remarkable lately.
I love that boy called Karu
Wolves'
Mitoma.
performance has been quite sad.
I love that boy called Mitoma.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. He's incredible. I mean, yesterday they were unlucky to lose to Manchester on penalties in the FA Cup semi-final. They are their team for me that I always watch these days because we look at solely much. The job that's done by Robert Dstv there. I mean, Graham Potter went to Chelsea in September, but Robert Dstv has already. I mean, they are very good. They are very good to watch. The intensity from the game to start until the end is brilliant. I love watching Brighton. It will be good to see Brighton playing in Europe next season, either Conference League or the Europa League.
Europa League.
Yeah.
Then we have Brentford versus Nottingham Forest. Brentford has been quite remarkable this season.
Oh, I love those guys. With them Boma after, I'm still angry because they beat Liverpool. At some point. So.
I think they had to show their character.
And then they were
big team like
exactly,
that.
And they were playing at home.
Definitely,
they are one of the team. Thomas Frank, what he has done there. In the team, they've been
amazing
very good.
Work,
very, and then they got a sponsor from our rivalry, so we can't mention
those are the guys.
Yeah. So
anyway.
so they are doing very well. Thomas Frank said they've done very well in the team. Brilliant
Do we
job.
foresee a straight win on this one?
Straight win for Brentford, yeah.
From a betting perspective, straight win.
Straight win,
Brentford. And then, of course, on Sunday, I think the match which is quite interesting there is Man City and Liverpool versus Spurs. But let's start with Man City and Fulham. Man City is playing away. What do you think is going to happen?
They're not going to, as I said, no one's going to stop them now. They want to wrap this thing up.
They do, right?
No, they want to wrap this thing up. And then,
quite vicious as well.
when they smell blood,
yeah,
they are very good. You saw against Bayern Munich, the man who was at fault was Upamecano. They punished him. It was a disaster. You know, so once they get a goal, it's a disaster. You know, I saw them against Liverpool. Liverpool scored first, but when they scored the first goal, I said, okay, it's all over. They scored 4 goals, they won 4-1. So once they scored a goal, and then look at Haaland, the form that he is right now. I mean, 48 goals in his first season in EPL. I mean, it's quite a mean feat, and he's on a mean level.
I think from a betting perspective here, you could look at handicap -1. So essentially, Man City will score
absolutely
1 goal.
Yeah.
And then Liverpool versus Spurs. Spurs quite humiliated.
Yeah, it's
6-1 defeat.
It's chaotic there.
Are they going to suffer yet another defeat?
They can't beat Liverpool. They are one club that Liverpool always got the number.
They might just redeem themselves.
Nah, it's chaotic.
Are you being subjective because you are Liverpool?
No, not because I'm a Liverpool, but look at it. Liverpool has still got this mathematical chance of finishing in the top 4. You know, and then recently you can see quite an improvement. You know, since they are out of the Champions League, of course. I mean, you can't.
The focus will be on.
Yeah, it's now the sole focus now is on. And then what is interesting is most of their best players, Liverpool best players, are coming back. I mean, look at Jota scoring 2 goals over the weekend, and Diaz is coming back from Inter. So the firepower there now is they've got it. You look at Gakpo is also scoring non-stop. The problem is it's been a medical feat. You know, the form of Henderson hasn't been good. That has been a problem. Also the defense. Van Dijk is no longer the same. Konate, I think Liverpool need to sort that defense up for next season if they want to get back, you know, to the Champions League and also playing in, fighting for the league tackling.
Can we give them a straight win?
I think Liverpool win the game.
Okay.
For sure.
But can Tottenham score as well?
They can score because of Liverpool's defense is very vulnerable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So on this one, from a betting perspective, we're looking at match bet both teams to score. If you say Liverpool, yes, then definitely Liverpool will win, but Tottenham will also score. Right. Interesting game. Relegation prospects.
6-pointer that.
It's Leicester versus Everton.
That's a 6-pointer. You know, you win there.
Yeah.
You climb. It's a 3-point gap. So that's why we call it. You beat them, you climb, and you get 3 points. That's why we call it a 6-pointer, because there you're not only getting a 3 point, but you're also building a gap with your rivalry right now when it comes to, you know, the bottom part. So that's going to be a fascinating game.
So one of the games to
absolutely look forward for. That one game that I will sit and watch
definitely
because of the
exactly.
All
right, both teams to score on that one. And lastly, we're going to be talking about Uefa Champions League. The top 4 there: Real Madrid, Man City, AC Milan. Can City beat Madrid?
You know what I like about this game, because it's 2 best teams right now.
Right.
Because Real Madrid are champions. Real Madrid, when it comes to the Champions League, but
they go in.
Yeah, in Yoga Ngafi.
They go in.
They are very difficult to break down. So because of the 2 of the best teams, I think we deserve to have 2 legs. Unlike what?
You think so?
Yeah, no. So there you and I are gonna be satisfied.
Right.
You know. So it's a game that every one of us will be looking forward to, but it also deserves a 2-legged semi-final. So I know people said, no, we wanted the final, but let's have 2 games. Let's have a luxury.
Right.
Let's just have a showcase like 2 games where, okay, this is a box office.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it will be interesting. But as I said, when you look at last season, Real Madrid's route to the Champions League, they were always away in the first leg, home in the second leg. Now this time, this game, unlike last season, they are at home. So it will be interesting.
And we don't know what happens when they're at home.
Oh, goodness, they are very difficult. You look at Chelsea. I mean, against PSG in the round of 16, Mbappe scored a goal. They lost 1-0. Came to Bernabeu, they won. It was the same thing with Chelsea. They lost, and then came to Bernabeu, they won. Man City, they lost, and came to Bernabeu, they won. Rodrigo scoring 2 goals, I think, in the 90th minute. So this time, we're going to see of how they're going to do when it comes to it home, because even against Liverpool, they lost in the round of 16. I mean, they were 2-0, almost 20 minutes, and then they came back, they won 5-2, and then Liverpool, of course, they have been woeful, but it's been they've got this lack of playing away. Like you saw Chelsea, they were away at Stamford Bridge, and then they would have went at home.
I like you said that Liverpool were awful.
Yeah, they've been popped. They were popped.
Even you can
No, they were very, very bad. But they've been having this lack of playing in the second leg at home. But this time it's going to be away to Manchester Etihad. It's going to be incredible. It will be fireworks.
Okay, and I don't know. For my perspective, I feel like they could potentially shock City and actually walk away with.
I don't
think City would even score at home. I'm just being.
You mean City can't score at Bernabeu?
Yes.
With the squad, with the way they are meaning, they are, with Haaland up top. Okay, their defense of Real Madrid has been very good, no doubt. Militao at the back with Rudiger, they've been absolutely so solid this season. I think that's what they've got it right this season, unlike last season. That's one area they've got it right. But I think with Haaland, because Haaland was not brought to win a Premier League. Manchester City have been winning the league with the force number 9. Haaland was never brought to win exactly. Was not brought to win the Premier League. These are games that Haaland were brought for, to win, to take City over the line of the Champions League. Because even if you remember when they lost to Chelsea, they just needed someone who's going to get them over the line.
Let's see how it goes.
So Haaland, now they brought him, and then you can see how many, I think 12 goals in 8 games in the Champions League this season. This is the stage Haaland has to pay Manchester City what they brought him for. I think Haaland will score at Bernabeu.
Okay, so from a betting perspective,
I think Manchester City will win that game, probably by 3-1, because of the suspect for me is the defense of Man City and also Haaland up top, because once Haaland find the interpassing with Kevin De Bruyne, because there's another thing again, guys, you must stop Kevin De Bruyne, because once Kevin De Bruyne, he knows where to put the ball.
He does.
He knows where Haaland is going to be at. And then, as I said, look at Haaland is scored in against Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. So, these are games that Haaland was brought for.
Okay, so from a better perspective, we'd say Real Madrid straight win.
No, I would say Manchester City will win at Bernabeu. Or it will be a draw, but Manchester City will go through the to the final.
Let's look at the odds there. I would say Madrid straight win at home. You would say City.
I say City. Maybe it will be a draw or a narrow win for Madrid, but second leg, Manchester City will finish things off.
Interesting. My personal favourite, Inter Milan versus AC Milan.
Yeah.
Italy's finest. I mean, we know the history behind it.
Absolutely. They also share the same stadium at San Siro in Milan. It has been that one. I can tell you right now, for those betting, red card will be red card.
So
because you know why? The level has shot up now because this is a Champions, not a league. Right. This is the Champions League, and Milan are on their way up. They won the league last season. And they've got this football heritage. I mean, they beaten Napoli. Napoli just need a win to win the Serie A right now. I mean, exactly. Look at those board games. Rafael Lear, oh my God, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I like his old-fashioned number winger. He hugged the line. He's just there on the line there, like Vinny Jr. Okay, get me the ball. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go on a race. So
I think it's the football acumen that he possesses.
Exactly. And when the disappointed for him is that, and last season he was named an MVP player in Italy, in Italian Serie A. Exactly. It was brilliant. So football heritage there, because AC Milan having won the Champions League for the 7th time, I think that pedigree, people don't understand the word pedigree, how big it is.
Yeah.
When you have the pedigree of, exactly, because that as much as can be different players, but there's always this pedigree. That's why I always say that that's what made Real Madrid won the Champions League last season, because as much as PSG had the best players right now, Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi, but they don't have a pedigree. They don't know what it's like. The team, not the players. Those guys, they've won the World Cup, but they just don't know what it's like to be in a Champions League final. The rest of the players, the clique. Exactly. It's the more psychological. Yes, you must know as much as exactly. And for AC Milan perspective, they know that this club has been a huge success for many years. I mean, they won it in 2007, And then who they got in along the road, it was Inter Milan. So yes, Inter Milan won in 2010, but they've been absolutely woeful, in recent
The
time in the
rivalry
Champions League.
there between the two.
That's what I'm saying. It will hit the roof because of the stage. It's not. They're not fighting for Coppa Italia. They're not fighting
Right.
for the league. But this is a Champions League, the best of the cream de la cream, when it comes to world of club football.
There's one game that was considered quite historical between the two. I think it was back in, was it 2008, if I'm not mistaken, between the two?
Yeah, 2007, because that's the last time AC Milan won. Oh God, they're beating Liverpool.
That game.
Yeah, because
It's even trending online.
I'm still angry because they beat Liverpool. But because of football, because of football heritage,
Yeah,
I think they'll beat Inter Milan in both legs.
I agree with you
So
there.
the final will be Manchester City. I'm telling you guys, Manchester City and AC Milan.
Manchester City
Yes,
and
AC Milan.
I would say Real Madrid and AC Milan.
Okay.
But, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think from a better perspective here, it's going to be action-packed. So both teams to score would be essentially a good bet type.
Yeah.
I would also say perhaps match bet both teams to score as well. Going
Yeah,
with
yes,
the,
yes.
AC Milan.
Yeah.
That's another bet type to explore. And yeah, it's going to be a
And you know what? As I said, goals have to be there because what UEFA has done last year, they cancelled all the away goal rules. So if you beat me 2-0 and then you come home and I beat you, okay, you beat me 2-0 away and then I score 2 goals, the game gonna go to extra time. So this away goal rule it ended. I can lose you by 3-1, and then if I score 2 goals at home, that's 3-3. So no away goal rule now. You have to beat me cleanly by goals.
Wow. Well, and then that's how we wrap up this Stake Back podcast. Thank you so much, my guest,
Thank you,
Duke.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
It's
sir.
been quite amazing.
Take care.
Thank you for that in-depth
Thank you.
analysis. Remember to log on to mbet.co.za. You can sign up, open up an account. Follow us on the socials. Twitter is mbet.co.za, Instagram, and of course the YouTube channel mbet. Just look for us there. Like, share, comment, and we're going to bring you the best content when it comes to sports, and that's how we wrap it up.